Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Brick Room. How is everyone today? If you are joining us in the chat, I won't get going right away, because I know people are going to be running a little bit late. People usually are. If you are new to the channel and you like this channel, please consider subscribing. Also, drop a like on this video if you like it. We do pretty cool stuff here. So, lots of LEGO reviews, and as you can see in the title of this live stream, we will be looking at some of my old sets from a few years ago, or many, many years ago. So, yeah, we'll just be looking at some of those. Does not look like there's anyone currently in the chat, but I do have to check something in the microphone super duper quick, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so like I said, in this bin in front of you guys right there, there is multiple of my old sets, and we are going to be looking at those. Just gonna get the chat up here, and thank you to our new subscriber, Cameron E, subscribed, I want to say, just a few days ago. So that is pretty cool. And like I said, if you like this channel, consider subscribing. Okie dokie, we are going to get going here. So we have a mixture of sets. We have two bins that we're going to go through. So this one is the first one. This one has a mixture of just a bunch of random stuff. The next one is pretty much just Ninjago sets. So when I was younger, and I still am, I loved Ninjago. Probably to this day. And before that, Star Wars, Ninjago were my favorite themes in LEGO. But honestly, the Star Wars stuff, to get anything really, really cool, you have to spend a ton of money. So I normally wouldn't get a lot of Star Wars sets unless they're the small ones. Birthdays, I'd usually get a ton of Ninjago sets. But yeah, we're going to get into this. But before we do, I do want to just remind you that as you can see on the screen right now, it says LEGO Room Update video coming out next Thursday, 25th. I'm so pumped because actually, currently, right now, the LEGO Room is being worked on. We already fixed the floor, the walls, they're all painted. And then after that, we're going to do the lighting, we're going to do the carpeting. We're planning on putting carpet in there, and then we're all set, and we're gonna start moving all the Lego stuff in there, and we're gonna have a pretty big city, not huge, But it's definitely going to be bigger than what we have right now. It won't be big at first because I don't have a ton of base plates and buildings and stuff like that, but it'll do, and we'll just keep building on it. So yeah, it looks like we are going to open up this first bin. Now my reactions to these sets may be, oh my gosh, these were great, or oh my gosh, this set was like the worst set in the whole entire world. So if you, in the chat at any moment, if you would like to chat basically and tell me, did you have one of these sets when you were little? It's a good question. It's a very good question. I would love to know, just out of curiosity. Yeah, like I said, if you did, you can let me know. So this first bin, like I said, it has a mixture of all kinds of sets. I think a few of them are actually Nexo-Knights, which is no longer a theme in LEGO, but it was a lived theme. It lived for about 3 seasons of the TV show, and a good amount of sets. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the microphone. I have a little different setup today. But I'm gonna stop talking for a second, fix it. Sorry, yes, technical difficulties, they always happen. So, 1 sec here. Okie dokie, we got the microphone fixed, and we are going to start opening this up. So, first off, it looks like we have a creation of mine, and yes, we will be opening up lots of different stuff, many of which may be custom creations. So, the first thing that we have is made out of Axel's tower carrier. I'm going to try and reorganize this super quick. So the first thing that we have is Axel's tower carrier, and that one's a pretty cool set, but like I said earlier, really like Ninjago. So I decided that, you know what, this is too plain for me, and I'm going to make it better. So I took out the tower part of it, and I decided to make it into a Ninja HQ kind of thing. I remember that I was trying to finish and stuff. The bottom is pretty bad, but who really looks at the bottom of stuff? But yeah, it's just pretty simple. It has the window in the front. But I made this 2 years ago probably. There's the roof. It has the disc shooter on the top of it, and on the inside, you can see that it has Jay, Kai, and Zane inside with a bunch of different stuff. We have a bed. We have Kai sitting there at some controls. We have a katana, a few daggers, and then Jay and Zane up at the front right there with more controls and stuff like that. And one of the cool features about this is that it has stud shooters on the back. And I did incorporate a lot of the Axel Tower Carrier pieces into this build. But the next cool feature is here on the back. A ATV can deploy out the back. Very simple ATV. And then another thing that can deploy out the back is a motorcycle. So they're just red, plain. They're not meant to be for Kai. I know you may think this, but they're really not. They're just for any of the ninja to use. Other than that, there's not a ton of stuff. I think I may have taken some of the pieces off that I originally had on here because if I remember correctly, I had a gas. Hold on one sec. Stubborn piece. I had a gas line running from this piece right here. But yeah, I made this, like I said, probably good 2 years ago. It was pretty fun to build. I kind of scrounged up pieces for it. I didn't really design it or anything. So it was a pretty interesting build. I'm gonna put the stuff back in here and then put it back off to the side. And that ATV in the back with the motorcycle just fit in the back of there. So okay, now we're gonna set this off to the side. And then the next set looks like another pretty much built. Again, most of these probably won't be completely built, and I apologize for that. I was always one that would take apart my sets and not really keep them together. So this one is fully built for this piece. It's just the back piece is not on there, so the little crawler or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, Axel, I do have him somewhere. But currently, I just have his Squire bot in there. And this is from the 3rd season of Nexo Knights. And this one was pretty cool. I just never really got the concept of it. But I mean, these 2 drills spin at the front of it, which is pretty cool. And then you can pull all that out. It's like a crossbow. That's how I always thought of it. But you would think it's actually for Aaron, which is the other Nexo Knight. But I don't know. It was kind of like a flying mode or something, which I never, like I said, I never really got. But it was a cool set. It has some really cool control panels on the inside. So I thought that was pretty cool. I probably got this when it came out. So whenever that season came out, that's when I got this set. Another build, looks like I have this one in here. So this one is interesting. This one has an interesting story kind of to it. This one is from Axel's Tower Carrier, so the set that we were looking at earlier. And this guy's name, you can type it in the chat if you want. I honestly don't remember. I'm sorry to those Nexo Knight people, but I really don't. And at one point, I was very well versed in Nexo Knights, but now I am really not. So, if I took a wild guess, I would just call him a lava monster thingamajiggy. But other than that, he has some pretty cool features to him. They used bananas, gray bananas, as his ears or horns or whatever. He has a hand here, which I think he had some type of staff, and we may find it in this bin. I don't know. He also had a disc shooter. Since we have the white background up, I will fire it out. Pretty sure that's how it worked, right? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, the disc shooters weren't always the best in the world, but they did serve their purpose, and they were pretty cool. I have to say it was a good concept. But yeah, that was whatever his name is. It looks like he also had a tail too. Moving off of the Nexo Knights. Now this right here, this is probably one of my favorite sets. I don't even know if that's a word, but this is probably one of the best sets I've ever gotten. I'm pretty sure I got this from a friend for my birthday one year. This is really cool. I mean, it has a ton of different features on it. The jetpack in itself is awesome. And if you don't know who this is Boba Fett from Star Wars. This blaster, it's so cool. It's just his normal blaster from Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, which I think is pretty cool. And it also does fire with the pull of this trigger right there. So I will demonstrate that. The stud shooter is probably pretty worn out because, like I said, these are pretty old. These have been packed away, and they're dusty and stuff like that. So, and then you can kind of use it like a real gun. Not like a real gun. Obviously, don't use real guns. But you can use it like a toy gun, I should say. And it's like an actual trigger. But I don't know why the spring shooters should go farther than that. Man, this spring may be wearing out. I just kind of thought about that. Yeah, I think the spring's wearing out. Well, that's okay, you know. Stuff wears out, and I guess it's just my fault that I sadly didn't take care of it very well. But yeah, other than that, his helmet is pretty awesome. He has these two like pouches on the side of his body. I always thought those were kind of cool. And then his jetpack has a... I am so sorry. My house phone is ringing right now. I don't know if you can hear that. Honestly, I always have a fear of that someone's going to call right in the middle of my... Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. Scam calls, they're great. I love them. They're just great. Anyways, I always fear that someone's going to call in the middle of the streams because the house phone is currently where I stream, which is why I am getting my own Lego room for streaming and all that other good stuff. So, like I said, Boba Fett, pretty cool. His rocket launcher, which we've actually seen him use a lot more in Mandalorian. So that Marshall on Tatooine uses it. And then Boba Fett also uses it in The Mandalorian more than he ever used it. I don't think he really did ever use it in Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. I could be wrong. I want to say he maybe used it in Return of the Jedi, but if you flick this, sometimes it'll launch like that, and it's like a missile, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, it has a lot of moving features. I think that's what they were kind of going for on these buildable figures. But yeah, we've kind of spent a lot of time on this one. Pretty cool. They went as far as making his braids on his chest protector, which I think is pretty cool. And they also did his Mandalorian logo on the side. But yes, this one is a pretty cool build. A good set to buy. I think it retailed for 30, maybe 20. I don't remember exactly. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this was a gift to me. So yes, that is a Boba Fett. Another buildable figure coming out of this box is man, I'm sorry, but I forgot his name. Something along the lines of someone. It's something. I know it's something. But he has like this one moving action where you spin him and his arms move. He doesn't have any hands because I think I took his hands for one of Axel's things. I don't remember exactly, but it's pretty cool. The movement, I think it's supposed to be like maybe him running. That would be what I would use it for. I don't really know exactly. Okay, it just completely came off. That's nice. Yeah, okay. This is confusing. I don't know where this goes. Oh my gosh. Where? Oh, there you go. There, wait, like this. I think it goes like this. How did that come off of there? It's literally using a pin and a little clampy thingy-majiggy. Half these Lego pieces, I don't even know their names. This stream was kind of just like planned ahead of time, so it wasn't really planned ahead of time, so I may be saying thingamajiggy a lot. So that was the unknown droid, and I know a lot of people are probably gonna rip on me in the comments. Oh my gosh, that droid was that, and yes, I know he's from Rogue One. I know that. Our next set looks like the V-19 Hopper. I think that's what they call it. Again, not very. I don't remember the names of all these sets. Obviously, I've gotten tons and tons of Lego sets. But yeah, this pretty basic set. Just has this guy in it. I'm pretty sure I accidentally put Anakin's head on it. Yeah, pretty cool. It's just an Imperial pilot in there. The back of it has some cool boosters. But other than that, the wings fold down like this, and it can go into its landing mode when all the wings fold down, and it just sits like that on the ground. It's pretty skinny and low profile fighter jet. I think it did have a droid head, but I took the droid head off to use it on a droid. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, on to the next one. Moving off of the Star Wars, it looks like we have another custom build. Yeah, I built this like 4 or 5 years ago, so no, that's not right because this set wasn't even out yet. I don't remember exactly when I made this. Like I said, with lots of these, pieces were limited, and I was probably just trying to build something. This one has like dust and dust bunnies on it and everything. This one, it has an interesting story to it. It's a fishing boat. Sounds like everything's breaking. Oh, that's why. There's a piece in it. So yeah, this is the fishing boat. This is just the chassis of it. Here's the hull. If I can put it back in. It's pretty good. It was a good set, I have to say, but I did take it apart after a while, like I usually do. And it has the thrusters still on the back. But I did make this very interesting modification to it. I took this right here, the back, and I don't know if you can kind of see that, but it's like a skylight. Well, there's doors right there, so you may be getting a little idea of what this was. So there's the doors right there. And you can kind of see inside. It's really dark. I'm sorry. I don't have the best camera in the world, but it does. See if I can pop this off easily. Yes, I can. And there's a bed inside. So it's like a little sleeping chamber, basically. It's pretty cool. But that was the modification that I made to it. It was kind of good, kind of not great. I don't know. I guess it was fine. It's just a good, and it comes off pretty easily, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, this is pretty much the same exact boat as it was for the set. The next one is another custom. It looks like the beach buggy kind of thing. Pretty cool. I really enjoyed building this one. This one was an interesting build. I remember thinking of one of those 4x4 ATV, covered ATV things, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to build one of those out of Lego. And you know what? It kind of turned out okay. It's not the best. I could probably do better now. But like I said, I've said this multiple times already. All these sets, they were made a really long time ago in comparison to some of the custom builds that I've just recently made for this channel. For instance, the Jeep, the Starfighter, those were all thought out, processed. This one was probably just one where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna build a 4x4. And you know what, I'm just gonna use some beach buggy pieces. And you know what, it doesn't match the colors, but doesn't get the point out. Yes. Does it look good? yes, to a certain point of view, it looks good. Is it cool? Yeah, I mean, I have it in my city, so it definitely passed that test. I'm pretty sure that I did at one point build a back to it so that it could be covered in the back instead of open. Um, I mean, I guess it looks fine with it closed, and it looks fine with it open too. So it does. It's just personal preference. But other than that, pretty cool. I want to say that I took it apart and I put it back together wrong because that doesn't look right to me. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Because I remember taking one of the pieces out of here for another build, and yes, that looks a lot better. Okay, there you go. So now this is what it originally looked like. Now, I have no clue what's in this little crate, so let's see. Oh, it's one of those crystal thingies from the Ice Harvesting series or the Ice Age series. That's pretty cool. An interesting thing to put in a crate on a Coast Guard dune buggy. That's okay. Minifigure inside is pretty simple. Just a Coast Guard guy with a simple city face and a helmet, because you always need to wear a helmet when you go off-roading or beaching or whatever. I don't even know what you'd call it. But yeah, that's the minifigure right there. Looks pretty good. Just like I said, did some simple stuff for this build. The lighting on it looks pretty good. I liked how I did this in the front with the one side light and the one side license plate. I probably didn't have two 1x1 light pieces on the front to do that. But you know what? It looks good. Whatever. The next build, I'm running low on stuff here. Let's look inside. This is just a bag of wheel chassis. Let's dump. Okay. First off, we have the Batman capsule cover. We have tires, 4 tires. We have a parrot, which was a free giveaway at the Lego store if you spent like $10 or something, which was pretty cool. Simple, very simple parrot. We have a Death Trooper from Rogue One. We have a, it's like the Zapping Trooper, whatever they want to call it, from First Order or all of those 3 newest movies by Disney. We have a interesting contraption here that I have no clue what it went to. And another, oh wait, these kind of look like they go together. These went to something. These go together. These went to something. I just don't know what. There we go. This is from a $10 Ninjago set. Looks pretty cool. This one had a cool function where if you put all these snakes in, and I'm sorry to the people that don't like snakes, because it's going to get kind of snaky. You put them in, you grab this other piece, and you cap it off. And yes, now they're enclosed in this egg-shaped object. I can't talk. And then you pop this open, and the snakes come oozing out. Yeah, everywhere. This was from the Hands of Time season from Ninjago. Like I said, sorry people that don't like snakes, but it was a good set. I want to say this was one of the $10 sets, and I love those. I have most of them from each season, so pretty good. Other than that, just a few loose pieces and other stuff like that. So we're gonna put this stuff back in there, and we are doing pretty good on time for the other bin. So we're going to go ahead and look at that. I'm going to pause for 1 second just so I can get all these sets put back in this bin. Okie dokie. We are in business, everyone, and we have the next bin up here. Some really cool stuff. No one has chatted yet, which makes me sad. But you know what? That's okay. If no one wants to chat, then that's perfectly fine. Okay, so this one has a little less sets, I think, or a little less custom builds and more sets in it. This one has mixture of just any season in general of Ninjago sets. So yeah, we're just going to start off with the top one. It looks like this one first on top is the Chopper Copter, I think they called it, maybe something like that. Hopper Chopper or something. It's like the Chopper Copter or something along those lines. This was a pretty cool Lego set. Much movement in the wings. They have the I don't even know what you call those. Some type of piece. Yeah, kind of like a ball joint piece. These fold out wings right here, that looked pretty cool. I can never figure out if these were supposed to be in or out. Leave it in the comments below if you know. And then, I don't know, another thing, I don't know if this was supposed to be down, this was supposed to be sideways. I have no clue. One of the cool features on this one was that you could take this little knob in the back, right there, and you could press it in, and it would fling out this net. Now, when I first got it, the net was looser, so it would pop out a little easier, just like this. It would pop out and it could land on something. But now that it's been sitting in here for probably a good, year, it's just gotten so crumpled up and stuff. So it's pretty cool, I would say. It's a good concept. It also did not always fold up or fold out the right way. So it's a good concept. Maybe just do it a little differently. That's the only thing that I'd want. But other than that, it's a great toy. Like I said, the concept is good. The way it worked was exceptional. The next set in here is the Titanium Tumbler, and yes, I do know the name of this one. This looked like a really good set. And once I got it, I was a little disappointed. The price was okay. This isn't very old. I remember buying this one with my own money. But it's pretty cool. I have to say, it's a very cool set, and it does actually tumble. It's very good at it, actually. A cool feature is this. The wings fold out. That is really, really, really cool feature. On the back here, you have... Sorry, I just shot the spring-loaded sugar. I was going to do that in a second. You have this very interesting glider thing that Zane could ride on. I'm pretty sure this had two big katanas on the side of this one, but I think I took those off. On the back here, it also has this ice chamber. It's almost like a cell for a villain or whatever. You can open it up and you can put a person inside there. As long as they don't have any accessories on their back or big headgear, they can go inside. I tested it with a lot of minifigures. Other than that, the spring-load shooters on the side, I can show you how those work. They just shoot out pretty easy. Nothing much more in this set. The only thing that I did not like, two things. Oh, I didn't really show you the inside of the cockpit, but I'll show you that right now. Two things. You couldn't really see what's on the cockpit screen, and I did finally figure out that it's Pixel. Pixel is on the front, and if you don't know who Pixel is, it's a droid that was in Season 3, and then she got blown up, no, she didn't get blown up. We don't really know what happened to her yet. She somehow got in the hands of Chen, and her memory was at Chen's island. But my only two pet peeves are this. One, when you shut the door, it gets stuck. And then you have to like scoot it over a little bit. Now, that may be just from sitting for a very long time in storage in my basement, or it could be a defect in the build. Another one, after about a year of playing with this little trigger in the back here, you may be wondering like what it's for. You were supposed to be able to press this and these wings would come out. I've taken this apart a good probably like 20 times to try and figure out what is wrong with it. And I mean, all of you guys that have watched the channel for a lot of my custom builds know I'm fairly good at building Legos. I mean, right? Everyone kind of knows that. That's why I have a Lego channel. Well, I could not find anything wrong with the gears or anything. And then I got to work for like one try and I pushed it and it worked. And then all of a sudden, boom, it didn't work anymore. So, and to this day, I'm still trying to figure it out. But that may be for another video. Maybe some of you guys can give me suggestions on what I should do with it. I don't know. That would be pretty cool, though, if someone could help me fix it. Maybe someone had the same problem with theirs. I don't know. But, again, really, really cool design. I really liked how they did it like rugged, buggy kind of thing. This also reminds me of those buggies that they were driving in on the space planet in season 3, like episode 11 or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. One of the next sets requires some assembly. Just because for storage purposes, I disassembled it a little bit. Trying to find the other piece. Okay, there we go. So, this piece went, no, that looks right. Yes, that looks right. Okay. And then this piece went there. Okay. So, like I said, a little bit of assembly required, but overall, really cool set. Again, I don't remember exactly what this was called. It was definitely called something, and it's like on the tip of my tongue, and I don't remember it. So, I got this one from Bricklink because my goal one day is to have every single J that has ever come out. I have tons of the exclusive ones. This is the funny thing. Most people have like all the J's, but they need all the exclusive ones. What I need is most of the ones that come in the most common sets. And one day I was kind of looking for them, and I stumbled across this set, and I was like, you know what? I need it. Like, I need it to complete my collection. I didn't need the set at all, but I need it to complete my collection of all the J's. And I think I got this set for like $15. I think it retailed at $20. It came with all the pieces, no box. The instructions were a little beat up, but I built it, all the pieces. It was in really, really good condition. And the only thing that was the tread was kind of warped. But I wasn't really using it for playing. I kind of just got it to get the J. But overall, I ended up using the set more than I thought I would because it was in such good condition. And now you guys are seeing it now. So I am using it kind of a lot because it is it being in one of my videos. So the functions that this one had were pretty cool, actually. So this button right here, this little trigger right there, pulled back this ball that you can see on the other side. Well, the thing with this is that there used to be this little cartridge that went in there, and it had a bunch of little pins in there, or not pins, the gear pieces. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? Here's one right here. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. This piece right here, you know, like the cross, the plus sign piece, whatever. And it had a bunch of those in there with these little green, lime green, like pieces at the end. And they were meant to be like bullets or whatever. And so the cool thing about it was that it had this like cartridge that went down. And then every time you hit it, it would fire one out. And they actually went pretty far. They cleared the vehicle and hit the vehicle. Like if you had one in front of it, it would hit it. And you would hit it, and then the cartridge would drop down and would bring it this next one down. It was such a cool mechanism. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And like for when this came out, in the point of time when it came out, when it first came out, not when I got it, but when it first came out, like that was like, I'm sure the kids were like, oh my gosh, this is such a cool mechanism kind of thing. So it was a really cool mechanism for the time when it came out. But I mean, obviously they have cooler stuff now, but for what, like I said, for when it came out, awesome mechanism. So, yeah, overall, like this set. Pretty good. The next set looks like it's a dragon. This one is completely not built all the way. Barely built at all. It doesn't even have the wings on it. This is Master Wu's dragon from the Ghost season, which was season 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. And there we go. Pretty cool. 4-legged dragon. Always love those. But like I said, completely not built all the way. The mouth, first of all, that's not how the mouth is supposed to be. Second of all, the head is supposed to be more built up. Third of all, this back piece, I don't know what I was doing right there. That's like outrageous. And I mean, this set came out a long time ago. Then I took it apart, and so it's interesting. This is one of those ones where I'm like, this set was cool. It was okay. But you know what? It wasn't the best set that I've ever seen in my life. So, like I said, pretty cool set. Good concept. I loved the Master Wu dragon. Like, you never really saw a lot of Master Wu stuff, but now, like, they released a new Master Wu's dragon in the last season of Ninjago. So that was pretty cool. But I decided not to get it just because the sake of keeping this one always as saying, this is my Master Wu's dragon kind of thing. Again, so not intact at all. We're gonna save that one for last. This one is part of Kai's dragon. Now, I have the rest of these pieces for his dragon right here, and we'll throw these on. But again, this dragon is not fully. Oh wait. I think I just saw Master Wu's dragon wings. So I must have still had the wings, and like I said, I dismantled them. Oh my gosh, yeah, these are totally the wings. I wonder where they go. Hold on, I'm going to bring it back up here. Oh, wait, I see where they go. Okay, I see. Oh, that's how I had them put on there, which is so not how they're supposed to be put on there. But I was like, I'm sure I kept the wings with it. Okay, well, there is Dragon with its wings on. So it looks a little better now. Really big to put in the frame. But yeah, there we go. Pretty cool, I would say. The wings definitely stood out on it a lot. Good pieces. Overall, good set. Now this next one comes in a set. The Fire Temple with this dragon. And this was probably my first really big Ninjago set. Let's see, that piece had 1,100 pieces in it, and it is currently my biggest set to date. I don't have a ton of huge sets, but that is my biggest one. I have Dom's Dodge Charger, which we are still waiting to review on the channel. I am kind of behind on reviews, as you can tell, because I haven't really posted anything in kind of a long time, and it's hard because, like I said, I have school, And even though like COVID's going on, I feel like I definitely slowed down with like my schedule. But like now that like just everything's kind of opening back up a little more, so I have kind of more stuff going on, which I think is good because I haven't really gotten to see any of my friends or anything for like a really, really long time. But now I'm getting to see some of them a little more, which I think is good. But if you guys want to share in the comments or in the chat, like, what's opening up around you? You don't have to at all, but I'm just kind of curious. Because I know around here, around where I live, we're mainly like opening a lot of the stuff up. So I don't know. I don't know if the cases are going to start rising again or if they're going to stay down, which I would like them to stay down. But, you know, if they don't, they don't. But back to this. So here is Kai's dragon. Pretty cool set, I would say. Like I said, this came with the Fire Temple. And one day we'll have to look at the Fire Temple because I have it built halfway. Again, if you have... Yeah, on this channel you will see more in the future that I just don't keep anything together. Unless I really, really like it, I just don't keep anything together. Here's one of them. The feet are taken off of it. The wings are so out of tact. This one is like not even staying together. And then there is no jaw. So that is a pretty cool set, but it's going to fly away into the pile of sets. So the second to last one, again, needs some assembly. And I'll explain a little bit about it while I am assembling it. So this set is the Shuricopter, which I always thought was a cool name. Okay. Again, this is from like the third, not the last season, but the season before that. So this one is a really cool set, I think, personally. I bought this one again because it had a J in it that I needed to complete the collection. And I believe I have some pieces on here that weren't originally on here because I was like picking different like cars up and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure. I think I had built I don't know, people that have been on my channel for kind of a long time. Cole's Rock Rider, if you remember that set. Put it in the chat or put it in the comments below. That set I think I was carrying with this one, so that's why there's some extra pieces on there. Getting this put back together is very much of a struggle. Just because nothing goes on like correctly. Everything takes so long. Gosh darn it. No. Maybe that will work actually. Okay, yeah. See what I said? This is like physically impossible. I'm going to pull it off camera for 1 second, try and get it in. Okay, I got it in with a hassle, but you know what? It's in, so. I don't know how it went in, but. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's backwards. No. Okay, yeah, this is like falling apart in my hands. See how hard this is, everyone? It's not easy. Okay, yeah. I'm not getting this together. So I mean, you can kind of get the picture. It's a helicopter with a bunch of stubborn pieces that don't want to get in. This little knob on the back controls the propeller, which I always thought was pretty cool. The cockpit is really simple. The windscreen and everything. These pieces that were not going on for me, and I'm sorry that I couldn't get them on, sit right here. They have these blades, and then if you go close to the ground, I don't know if you can see this, but if you go close to the ground, the blades like spin, which I always thought was really cool. And then it does also have stud shooters on it, so those are always really fun, but you know, they always go everywhere. So they're kind of fun and they're not kind of fun. So yes, there you go. That's the Surecopter. Now, last but not least, probably one of my favorite remakes of all times, because they've been doing the Legacy. And at first I was like, oh, like, just leave it, whatever. But then when I saw they came out with this, I was like, now, you know, obviously I love Jay, because if I want to get every single minifigure, kind of have to like him at some point. This set, I was not really into Lego when the first, well, I was not really at age to play with Legos or build Legos when this first came out, like when the first ever Jay Stormfighter came out. And I'm going to set this off to the side and give the floor all to this grand set, because it is literally my favorite set to date, maybe other than like the Falcon or something. But it is my favorite Ninjago set. I'll just say that. It's my favorite Ninjago set because I'd go through a list of my favorite sets. But this is my favorite Ninjago set. It has a ton of features and a ton of non-features that are just amazing. So this little thing at the front, you can notice this is inverted. I always love when Lego does that. Second of all, in here, joystick for the steering. Like, I don't think Lego has ever done this outside of this set. I mean, they give you 2 consoles. Those are both printed. And then the seat is outrageous. If you can see that seat in there, the seat is like a full-blown, like, pilot seat. It even has a headrest on it. I was like, oh my gosh. And then there's storage behind the seat. So there's some nunchucks in there. Obviously, Jay's nunchucks. And I think I had the nunchucks and then his hairpiece in there. So when he has his ninja scarf or hat on or whatever you want to call it, he can put his hairpiece in the back there. Now the main feature of this is this right there. The wings fold out and these huge katanas come out, and it looks completely sick. I don't know if you could ask for anything better than this. This is one of those sets, like I was saying earlier, some sets I just keep them together, some sets I don't. This is one of those sets that's like, yeah, you got it. I mean, you can't not keep this together. I mean, look at the graphic design on those stickers. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. I know I've said this like a million times, but nothing does get much better than that. That's amazing. I mean, it's an octopus. Who thinks of an octopus? Like, water and lightning don't even mix. I don't even know what to say. Again, this set is just too good to be true. And when they came out with it, I was like, you know what? I don't even care how many pieces you get. I don't care what the price is. I'm getting that. Karen Vallis in the Chat said still on with a question mark. I'm not exactly sure what that is supposed to mean, but yes, we are still streaming right now. We just finished with the last set. It looks like you commented that a few minutes ago. I'm sorry that I did not see that, but I was ranting about this amazing set. I wouldn't even really call it ranting, but I was telling you guys how much I love this set, which I do. But sadly, with time on my mind, I probably should stop the stream. But yes, don't forget this announcement that is put right on the side for all of you guys to read, which is the reason I put it up there. And I will read it to you one more time. Lego Room update video is coming out next week at 3 p.m. Central Time. That is the 25th of February. Very good video, and you'll definitely want to watch that. It looks like John's World has commented, what's up? And I do know him from multiple different things. If you haven't already, because I think I've given him a little shout out already. But if you haven't, go ahead and go subscribe to him on YouTube. Just look up John's World in that search bar right on the top of your screen, which you can find very easily on there. And go subscribe to him. He makes pretty cool content. He does some gaming videos and different stuff like that. One day we'll have to do a Minecraft video on this channel, because I do like Minecraft, and I do play it occasionally. So when I'm not making videos or playing with Legos or doing school. But like I said at the beginning of the video, if you aren't already, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button? I mean, it is free, and most of you guys, a good chunk of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you would like to, go ahead and hit it. And while you're at it, hit that like button. And if you want, you can leave a comment on this video. Thank you all for coming to the stream. A few latecomers right now, Karen Vallis and John's World. Thank you very much for coming. Have a very good rest of your day, everyone that was watching. And we will all, well, just me today, but we will see you next time on the Brick Room.